Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
Bala sir, good evening.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
evening.
Bala.
Good evening, Mr. Pawan. Mr. Vinod, good evening. Faisal Ahmed, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. So, it's
Good evening, sir.
good evening to everyone. Who's attending in the iPhone, Mr.
This is Yuvraj, sir. I will change the name.
Okay. No problem. Mr. Yuvraj, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. Mr. Ben, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Just joining
Good
Ms.
evening,
Kala.
sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Bala.
Yeah, good evening. And Mr. Mani, good evening. Varun is there. Good evening, Varun.
Good evening.
Start the class. So we know very well that last class, we are into the estimation part, right?
Yes.
Because we need to bring a flawless estimation. The quantitative assessment, which we're going to do on the resources, the duration, and the line item cost should not be a flawed estimation number. It should be what? It should be a flawless numbers. So it will be avoiding the future cost overruns and schedule overruns. And the scope creep, right? Scope creep is major victim, and we will be seeing what all the other things will be making you to just have the budget overrun and cost overrun. So we know very well the poor cost estimation methods will be one of the important thing that you need to consider. So once you are just doing the quantitative assessment on your resources, on your budget, on your line item cost, make sure that you need to use the estimation. So that estimation should give you the flawless numbers. So how are you going to present your estimation? How are you going to present your estimation? My voice is audible, right?
Yes, Bala.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So how are you going to present your estimation? Estimation is only the predictions.
Resources, duration, cost, right?
What?
Resources, duration, and cost.
Yeah. That is clearly understood, Nitin. We need to do the estimation for our resources, right? We need to know that how many human resources is going to support us, how many physical resources is going to support us, and what will be the time units you're going to spend in completing each and every task which is assigned to us, and how much budget we're going to spend for each and every completion work on assigning the resources on a specific task. So we need to do all this kind of resource estimation. But my question is that, how are you going to present your estimation? Estimation is going to be a final number. Your estimation is going to be
Some contingency will be added in that.
Yeah, that will be adding the contingency after that. But estimation, how are you going to present your estimations? You need to get to your approvals, right? You need to make sure that you need to get your approval from the senior managers, or your management should give you the clear approval. They'll be asking you, what is the confidence level you have in your estimation part? So how you will be presenting your estimation? Estimation is only the predictions. Estimation is only the future prediction. It may go right or it may go wrong. So please don't try to give the single number estimate, right? Don't ever try to give a single number. Is it clear, Mr. Aravind? Mr. Nitin?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, Bala.
Your supervisor is going to call you and you have a meeting. It's going to be only a friendly meeting with your supervisor. And you're going to have a meeting in Starbucks. And this meeting is happening just over a cup of coffee. Right? Just over. Someone is waiting in the room. Who's waiting in the room? Rajendra, yeah. So it's only the friendly discussion. It's only the friendly discussion you have with your boss. And the boss will ask you how long it will take for you to complete a new project. So the same project we done in past, you have completed and you are a project manager. And how long it was taking you to complete and how much it was budgeting us. How much it is going to cost us. So what is the number you're going to give? What is the number you're going to give?
It will be a range, right?
Yeah, it will be in the form of range, yes.
Plus or minus?
Yeah, plus or minus. You need to present your estimation in the form of a range. Plus or minus. Don't ever try to give a single number. If you are not able to complete the current project with the numbers which you given for the the previous project, and right now you know very well that you spend nearly 90% of your budget for the current project and only you completed 60% of your work, then who's going to take the responsibility and who will be the person who will be blamed for it? The boss will clearly blame on you, right? Because you are the person to give a single number, right? You said that it will take like 1 million for you to complete, and it will take like 1 year for you to complete. Right now, you spent 90% of your budget. You have exhausted 90% of your budget. The work is not completed. The project is not completed more than 60%. 90% of the budget you so far completed. So the boss will clearly blame on you, right, guys? Right. So always to be in the safer side. Don't try to land in trouble. Once it is coming as an estimation, try to give a single number estimation. Don't try to give a fixed number. Try to come with a range, plus or minus, right? So how are you going to present your analogous? What do you mean by analogous? What do you mean by analogous?
Gross
to
value.
Gross value estimation.
It's a gross value. Analogous is what? A gross value, right?
Yeah.
So it will be giving you the accuracy, or it will be giving you the ballpark figures.
Yeah.
Always it will be giving you the ballpark figures. It will not give you any kind of accuracies. What is the other name given for analogous? What is the
Top
other?
down.
Top
Top
down.
down.
Top down estimation, right?
Hmm.
What is the other name given for the analogous?
ROM.
ROM, rough order magnitude.
But
Rough
right.
order magnitude. So always it is advisable for you to use your analogous estimation during the early stage of your project. Don't try to just use the analogous once you're coming into the detailed level. Once you plan your plans in detail, don't try to use your analogous. Always try to use before you start your project or during the initiation of your project, try to use your analogous. Always analogous will make the current project as an analogy for the previous work you've done. You're going to rely only on the historical data. Your historical data only you will be having a relay, and that particular data makes you to just make the current projects as an analogy, right? Good evening, Mr. Rajendra, sir, and good evening, Mr. Arman. Good evening, sir. So now you're able to see that white screen, right?
Yes, Bala.
Okay. Now
Yes,
once
yes.
you are, there is an examination point of view, they are keep on asking the exam questions on the estimation. Last couple of days, there was a person went for an exam, and this person said they were asking nearly 7 to 8 questions on the estimation. So be very cautious. They will give you one question, like they keep on asking this question. You are a project manager, and your management is advising you to come with an estimation within 4 hours. So what estimation method will be feasible for you to come with 4 hours?
Analogous.
Analogous. So analogous, using the historical data, you are able to come your estimation numbers very faster. You don't try to consume more time on it, and you don't use much resources. Only the historical data makes you to just bring that estimations, right? Now, once you are once you want to give the analogous type of estimation, always you need to make sure that you need to give in the form of a range. The range, please note down, this is a standard number. The range for analogous will be minus 25% to plus 75%. So what does it mean? Anyone? What does it mean? Minus 25% to plus 75%.
Decimal or minus of the estimated value.
Yeah. For example, you brought a budget, and the true value for this budget is 100,000. If you're going to use your analogous for this estimation for this project using the analogous type of estimation, if you're going to consider the true value should be 100,000 you're going to spend for the project, but you just brought your analogous estimation for your cost, for your line item cost. So how are you going to present this estimation to your management?
75 to
75,000
175.
to
So you can say
175,000.
that the project will not
75K.
less than 75,000, and it will not exceed more than 175,000 euros, right or not, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
So you are able to set an inner limit, and you are able to set an outer limit, right? And it is a true value. So analogous will be using this standard number. This is a range for analogous, minus 25% plus 75% analogous. So we stopped this one, right? We have stopped on this, right?
Yeah, we have started parametric little bit and
Okay.
we stopped.
Okay, now we have to go with the parametric. So thanks, ma'am, for remaining parametric. So parametric is the other kind of estimation. If it will be increasing the accuracy level in your estimation part. So the Project Management Institute, through its project management body of knowledge, we call as a PMBOK, because every profession will be having its own body of knowledge. So the project managers should have their own body of knowledge. The body of knowledge is teaching you that you can use the parametric for a portion of your project, or you can use the parametric for the entire projects. It is advisable for you to use the parametric for a portion of your project, or you can just refer this particular estimation method for the entire project. So the parametric is parametric estimation is what? You can use the parametric estimation for you to do your time estimation. You can use for your resource estimation, and you can use your cost estimations. So what is the parametric? Still, it will be increasing the accuracy compared to the analogous. The parametric is so superior for you to get your numbers, which will be a flawless numbers. So the parametric is mixed with the historical data. The historical data, please note down, plus mathematical model. So you're going to just combine this one with a mathematical algorithm or mathematical model. Your historical data and mathematical model or algorithm will be combined for you to get your numbers. That numbers are flawless numbers. So on what basis you're going to rely on the historical data? The historical data should be an underpinned data. It should have it should be so concise. It should be so clear. It should be so concrete in nature. It should have the relevancy. So this data can be used. Historical data can be used based on this, and you're going to combine this one with a mathematical model. Now, the AshCal is giving you the project, and this project you've done in past. So that project is 500 kilometers. You need to lay the road from one coast to the other area. You need to lay 500 kilometers road. All the factors, risk and other environmental factors are same. So historically, it is proven that this project was taking 5 hours for us to lay 1 kilometer road. So how long it will take for you to complete the entire 500 kilometers road? Historically, we have a proven track record that this type of project, considering all the factors, environmental factors, regulatory factors, and other risk factors, every factor is same. So it was taking us 5 hours for us to lay 1 kilometer road. So we need to lay right now 500 kilometers road. So how long it will take for you to complete the entire 500 kilometers road?
100 hours.
What?
2500.
Yeah, 2,500 man hours. Right or wrong, sir? 2,500 hours it will take in total for you to complete all this 500 kilometers road. So this is this is called as a parametric. So parametric can be referred for you to do the cost estimation. You can use for the resource estimation, and you can use for the time estimations. Still, you want to increase the accuracy in your estimation part, then you will go with something called a 3-point.
Bala, one quick question. In analogous estimation, you can only estimate the cost, not time and this thing, the resources.
No, you can use the approximate figure, right?
Okay,
Yes,
in
ma'am.
that also we will apply minus 25 to 75.
Yeah,
right?
minus 25 to 75, you will be using
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Clear.
Clear.
Thanks.
So 3-point estimation is a third kind of estimation type, which will be preferable for you to use, especially once you are working in the planning side, the planning department, the schedulers, the controllers, the junior planning engineers, the senior planning engineers, planning managers will prefer to use this kind of estimations. So the other name given for 3-point estimation, please note out, it's called as a PERT calculations. It's called as a PERT calculations. It is called as a PERT calculation. So what do you mean by PERT? The PERT is abbreviated as or expanded as, please note down. So you used to call the schedulers program, right? Many organizations used to call the schedulers program, right?
Yes.
So please note down, this is nothing but your program evaluation and review technique. Program evaluation and review technique. Technique. So PERT calculation is nothing but its program evaluation and review technique. So this is a PERT calculations. So 3-point estimation, the other name is given for 3-point estimation is called as a PERT calculations, which is nothing but program evaluation and review technique. Most of the planning engineers will go only for this PERT calculations. So this 3-point estimation was introduced during the World War II. So it was introduced into department, the federal agencies of US, especially in the Department of Defense. So these people is having the time criticality. So they have to know about how long it will take for them to complete each and every task. So they have used this PERT calculations. Now, what is so peculiar in this calculations? You need to have the datas. You need to have the datas. That particular datas, you need to just know about where is you need to just make sure that what all the things is certain and what all the things are uncertain. So where are you going to get this datas? Where are you going to get this data for you to do this calculations?
Past project record.
Yeah, see, actually, you will be getting this particular data. So no, please note on this one. You will be getting this data from the distribution called a probability distribution. Note this one, probability distributions. So the probability distribution is it will be having the collections of data, and it will be having so much of distributions depending upon the shape which is given for this distributions. We will not go through the complete distribution, probability distribution, because it's going to be a field of statistics. The project management institute is advising you to go only with the 2 kind of distributions. So probability distribution will be using only 2 distributions. Mr. Arman, good evening, sir. How are you?
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, good evening. Okay, Nathan.
Yeah, I am with you.
Okay, you are with me, right? Now,
Yeah.
if I'm going to give you one dice, you know a dice, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm asking you to roll the dice, how many times you are able to get 1? How many times you are able to get a 2? How many times you are able to get a 3? How many times you are able to get a 4? How many times you are able to get 5? And how many times you are able to get 6?
1/6.
So 1 by 6, 2 by 6, 3 by 6, right? 3 times 6, right?
Yeah, I forgot
Okay.
permutation combination.
Okay,
Sorry, sir.
now if I'm going to ask you to just play a 2 dice, how many times you are able to get 7? How many times you're able to get 8? How many times you're able to get 5? So you'll play and you're going to see the results, right?
Yeah.
So this will be your data, right? You'll be getting 4 times 3. You'll be getting 5 times 6. Like you will play and you'll be keeping this particular data. So this particular data are probability distributions. So the probability distribution will be having a lot of shapes. Most probably, if you're going to work in oil and gas, they will go and collect the data and they're going to take this data from the distribution. So this distribution is called as a triangular distribution, triangular. So this is called as a triangular distribution, triangular distributions. So the triangular distribution, the geotechnician or the geologist, he'll be a subject matter expert. He'll be asking you to put a drill. So he'll be giving you 3 points. So you make a drill here, you'll be getting this much of barrel of oil, and you make a drill here, you'll be getting this much of barrel of oil, and you make a drill here, you'll be getting this much barrel of oil. So he'll be giving you the 3 points. So on what basis is going to give you the 3 points? He's going to give us a best case scenario. He's going to give us a worst case scenario. He's going to give the most likely and realistic scenario. Is it clear, everyone? So you are not relying on 1-point estimation. You're going to rely on 3-point estimation. So once you bring the 3-point estimation, you're able to find out the average. So if I'm going to ask you how long your team will be able to complete the descent, the complete descent will be completed by your team. Then only you can move from this phase to the next phase. So what will be the number? I'm asking you the best case, the worst case, and I'm asking the most realistic and most likely case. Is it understood, everyone? Everyone? Mr. Venkatesh?
Yes.
Mr. Vinod?
Yes.
Ms. Kala? Mr. Arman? Mr. Raj?
Yes,
Rajendra, sir? Mr. Ben? Vinod? It's understood,
About
right?
the average.
Okay, so you'll be getting the average. So it is going to take a 3-point, and you're going to rely on this 3 points. So you'll be asking your team like how long it will take for you to complete the work. So I need your pessimistic approach. I need your optimistic approach. I need your most likely or realistic approach. So this will be the triangular distributions. So the triangle distribution will be having the formula. Please note on the formula. The formula is nothing but pessimistic plus most likely plus optimistic divided by 3. So this is a formula for triangular distributions. There are many distributions. That is a field of statistics. They have the log normal, a normal, biomedial. They have the discrete distribution. They have the bell curve shape distribution. So they have many distributions, but we will be going with the two kind of distribution. One is a triangle distribution because the data will be in the triangular in shape. The data within that particular distribution will be having the triangular in shape. That's the reason we're going to call that one as a triangular distributions. So the triangle distribution will be giving you an average. So what kind of average you are able to get with the triangle distribution? Please note down the average you're going to get from the triangle distribution is a simple average. Simple average. So now I'm asking you how long it will take for you to complete the complete design work. How long it will take you and your team to complete, then only we can move for the next phase. So what is your pessimistic approach? So you say that it will take like 120 days for us to complete the complete design. Okay, what is your most likely? It will take like a 70 days for us to complete. And what is your optimistic, your best case scenario? Sir, it will take not less than 50 days. So divided by 3. So what is the number you're going to get? Use your mobile calculators. Give me the numbers. So for you to find out the simple average.
80.
80 days, right?
Yes, 80.
So you'll just say that 80 days it will take the complete design will take 80 days for us to complete. So by using the 3-point distribution, which will be called as a triangular distributions. Is it clear or not, guys? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, still, if you want to increase your estimation using the 3-point estimation, but you'll be using the data from a different kind of distribution, that distribution is called as a beta. Beta. So what kind of average it is going to give? The average which is given by the beta distribution calculation will be a weighted average. Weighted. The triangular will be giving you the simple average and beta distribution will be giving you the weighted average. Examination point of view, if they are not giving you a beta or they are not asking you to calculate with the triangle distribution, they are asking you to use the weighted average, go with the beta distribution formula. If they ask you to find out the simple average, go with the triangular distribution formula. Is it clear or not, guys? Everyone is clear, right? Mr. Venkatesh, clear?
Yes, clear.
Here, right? Now, what is the formula for this beta distribution? The formula for the beta distribution, the previous case, what you done, you are able to cut a pie chart in a 3 equal portion. You are able to cut the pie chart into 3 equal portion. You are able to assign one portion for each and every numerator numbers. For pessimistic, you are able to assign 1. You're most likely able to assign 1 portion, and the optimistic approach, you're able to assign 1 portion. But in the case of beta distribution, the formula will be like this. Pessimistic plus 4 multiplied by most likely plus optimistic divided by 6. This is a standard formula. So there will be no changes. At least you'll be getting 2 or 3 questions on this formulas. So pessimistic plus most likely, that will be multiplied 4 times, plus optimistic, the denominator will be 6. Now what you are doing here, you are able to cut a pie chart into 6 equal portion, and 4 portions you are giving for most likely approach, and 1 portion you are giving for a pessimistic approach, and 1 portion you are giving for optimistic approach. Is it clear? And what is the value you're going to get from this weighted average? Use the same numbers. The numbers which I given to you, 120 days plus 4 multiplied by 70 plus 50 divided by 6.
$75.
75, right? The previous case, it will be giving you 80 days for the same work. Right now, still, you want to make the accuracy in your estimation part. Right now, you're able to do the complete design work within 75 days by using the beta distributions. Is it clear, guys?
Yeah.
Is it clear? Okay. So if I'm going to call the top-down estimation, which is analogous type of estimation as a rough order magnitude, I'm going to give a range minus 25% plus 2 plus 75%. What will be the name given for the parametric and the 3-point estimation, which will be having 2 distributions? One is beta and one is your triangular. So this is this 3 estimation type is called as, please note out, budgetive estimation. So parametric 3-point distribution are called as a budgetive estimation. Budgetive estimation. The range for this estimation method, you can provide this range minus 15% to plus 25%. Is it clear or not, guys? So
Yeah,
once,
Mr. Bala.
once you're trying to use this kind of estimation, you are able to bring the inner limit and outer limit very close to the true value, right or wrong? You're reducing the space,
Bala?
right? Yes, sir.
On what basis how they are chosen these ranges?
No, this is a standard
Is
range.
there any methodology or any
No,
logical reason?
I
Is
say
that?
each and every organization will be having their own ranges, sir. But according to the Project Management Institute, the scholars like you, they brought this kind of the standard range. Each and every industry will be having their own range, right? For analogous, it's not need to be minus 75. Even if
Yes.
it can be 90% or it can be less than 75%. But according to the Project Management Institute, based on the scholar, this one, they used to do many. They will be working with many project-oriented people, project professionals across the global market. So they came with a fixed number. So this is a number.
So there is no any logic behind this.
There's no logic. There is no hard and fast and rules. There's no logic. But according, if you want to pass your examination, you use this number for PMP.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's okay. Okay.
Now, if your true value is 100,000, if you're going to use this estimation, so what is the range you're going to bring?
85.
So not less than 85,000 euros, and it will not
Yeah.
exceed more than
125,000
125,000 euros. Right or wrong? You're able to close your inner limit and outer limit, guys. Right?
Yes.
So this is called as a budgetive estimations. Okay. If I want to still increase my accuracy, I doesn't want any flawless. So it's advisable for you to go with an estimation method called bottom up. Bottom up. The bottom up is exactly opposite to the top down, the analogous. But what is the greatest drawback in a bottom up? The bottom up technique will consume more time, more resources, and more effort. If your project is going to span for multiple years from today for next 7 years, if you want to do the bottom up calculations. So the people has to wait for long duration for you to get your estimation. For you to surrender your estimation numbers, the management has to wait for so long time. So the bottom up technique will be consuming more time, more resources, and more effort. But one of the important salient features of bottom up, the accuracy will be more compared to the other estimation part. So that's the reason the bottom up technique is called as ingenious estimation. Please note down ingenious estimation. Or it can be called as a grassroots estimation. Grassroots estimations. So what is so peculiar in bottom-up calculations? You are breaking your project into multiple fragments. So you are able to break the project into multiple fragments, so smaller pieces. So what happened? The complete scope of the project is broken down, and you're able to bring the project into work breakdown structure. You're able to create an hierarchy. So what is the lowest level of this hierarchy? Can you deliver the airport project as a single execution? Can you able to deliver the airport project in a single execution, guys?
No.
No.
No, right? So what are you going to do? You are able to break the airport into more manageable level components, right? You are able to break the airport into more manageable level components, like you're going to break into runway infrastructure, runway compositions, passenger terminal, cargo terminal, food court, aircraft maintenance, project management. You're able to break this one into multiple pieces, right or wrong, sir? Right?
Yes.
Right. So what is the lowest level of this hierarchy? What level are you going to stop your breakdown? You love to eat the cake for your birthday bash. You are a cake eat lover. You are a lover to eat a cake, and 1.5G cake is ordered. Very nice, tasty cake came into your table. So can you just consume that cake in a single lump? Can you take that cake into the mouth and consume it with a single lump?
No.
So what are you going to do? You are
Then
able to take a knife and you are able to cut the cake into more manageable pieces. It has to go inside your mouth. So it should be manageable pieces, right? So likewise, you are breaking the complete scope of work into more manageable components. So what is the lowest level of that particular hierarchy? Anyone, please? Whether it's correct or wrong, come with your answers. What is the lowest level of your hierarchy? That hierarchy is called as a WBS, a work breakdown structure, right? Work breakdown structures.
Yeah.
So the work breakdown structure is having a lot of advantage. Very easy for you to just bring your sponsor or any person who's going to allot the funds. You can show the entire project to your management. This is our project. This is where you're going to get your car parking. This is where you are able to get your office. And this is where I'm going to get my office. This is where we're going to just have the room for maintenance. You are able to show the entire project to the stakeholders. So what is the lowest level of that hierarchy? Since we are not able to deliver that one as a single execution, we are able to break that one into more manageable components, and we came to the lower level. Yes, Mr. Ben sir. What is the
Work
lowest?
packages or list of activities?
Okay, what is that? What is that?
Work packages or list of
Work
activities.
packages, not the activities. We are considering only the scope, not the time. Time only is going to speak about the activities. Work packages. The lowest level of your work breakdown structure is going to be work packages. Under each and every work packages, we are able to define the task, right? It will be a mechanical task, it will be an electrical task, it will be an IT related task, it can be a plumbing task, it can be a first fix, it will be a second fix, it will be a third fix, it will be a concession task, material submittal, material approval. So all this the task you are able to define for each and every work packages. Is it clear or not, guys? So you will be creating the work packages in the scope and you're able to define the task in your time management. Is it clear or not, everyone?
Yes, clear.
Right, everyone? Mr. Arvind, everyone is clear, right? Now, if you are not able to know about the task very clearly, again, you and your team is you're going to break this particular task to the sub-task level. Sub-task level. In the Primavera, the subtask level will be called as, please note on steps. Steps. So from there, you're going to assign the resources for each and every subtask level, and you will be able to know about your duration, and you're able to know about how much you're going to spend for each and every subtask. From there, you're going to roll out to the next highest level, 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 until you reach to the project level. You'll be getting the pretty much accuracy numbers for your estimation. So that estimation will be called as a bottom up. Is it clear or not, everyone?
Yeah, clear.
So the project is broken into so much of fragments. You are able to just break the complete scope of your work, scope of the work into more manageable components to the work package level. Under each and every work packages, you're going to call the planners to define the task. And once the task is defined, you are able to call your resource managers to just know about how much resources is needed for you to complete each and every task. And you're going to call your planning engineer, planning managers to know about how much it is going to consume, the time units, the duration. And you're going to call your cost estimation people to just know about how much you're going to spend for each and every task levels or subtask level. And you're able to roll out to the every level will be rolled out and aggregated, and you will be able to bring into the project level to bring a pretty much accuracy in your estimation part. So this will be called as a bottom-up technique. So what is the range given for the bottom-up technique and what is the name given for the bottom-up technique? Please note down. Bottom-up techniques are called as a definitive estimations. Bottom-up technique are called as a definitive estimation. The range given for this bottom-up technique will be minus 5% to plus 10%. So you are able to reduce that space between the true value. The inner limit and outer limit is coming very close to the middle value, the mean value. You're able to see this, guys.
Yeah.
Right. So if your true value is 100,000, if you're going to use the bottom-up technique, which will be a definitive estimation, so you can complete your project not less than $95,000, or it will not exceed more than $110,000. Any doubts? Any doubts?
No.
Only one person is saying no, the other one is able to understand.
Yeah, Bala,
Understood.
clear.
It's
Yes.
clear, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, clear. Now, range. So what is this range? It should have a formula. The formula, the range formula is nothing but, please note down, pessimistic minus optimistic divided by 6. Pessimistic minus optimistic divided by 6. My voice is clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is the pessimistic number I given? 120 days, right?
Yeah.
And what is the optimistic number I given? 50 days.
50.
Divided by 6. So what is the value you're going to get? 70 divided by 6 is how much?
11 point something.
What? It's coming above 5. 0.5 is coming or below that?
11.66.
7.6. Yeah.
Okay,
11 dot.
12. We can have 12, right? For example, 12, right?
12. Yeah.
Now
Yes.
you have used your simple average. What is the number given for the simple average? You are able to complete the design work within 80 days, right?
Yes.
So once you're going to use this particular range, you can complete your work not less than how many days? 62 days, and it will not exceed more than 92 days. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
68, right? Is it clear, guys?
Yeah.
Is it clear or not?
Yes,
Yes.
clear.
Okay, and the 75 days for the weighted average. So the range is what? 12 days. So 75 plus or minus 12 days is how much? You can compute your work not less than
63.
right? 63, and it will not exceed more than 87 days. Right or wrong?
87. Yeah.
63 to 87 days. So this is the way you're going to present your estimation. Is it clear, everyone? Okay.
Yes.
The Project Management Institute is calling us a range, but according to the statistic, the range is having the name called, please note on, standard deviation. In the project management industry, we're going to call the standard deviation as a range, but the statistics, they are calling this one as a standard deviation. How far the values are deviated, either side from the mean, how far it is deviated. Is it clear or not, guys? Is it clear?
Clear, Bala.
Now, what happened here in the production industry, in the manufacturing industry, in operational industries, so this industry will be calling this one as a sigma. Sigma. Now, if the standard deviation is going to happen one time either side of the mean, we call this one as a 1 sigma. Right or wrong, guys? So 1 sigma will be having the accuracy level of 68.76% accuracy. That means what happened here? If you're going to set your process, this is the true value, and you will be having your inner limit and outer limit, right? This is one time is deviated, one time from the mean value, it's deviated. So you're going to produce, and you're going to keep the process, and the process is going to take 1 sigma. You're going to keep that process under 1 sigma control. And what all the things you're able to produce, you're able to take a sample and you're able to see whether it's meeting the specification or not. So the sample will come here within this particular range. Many samples will come here, right? The samples which is coming outside, which is not accepted, you have to do the rework. The samples within this range will be accepted since your process was using 1 sigma, right? So using 1 sigma, you are not able to give 100% accuracy. You are able to give only 68.76% accuracy. Remaining 28% will come back to you for the rework. Is that clear or not, everyone?
Yes.
Right? So 32% will be coming back to the rework. If you're going to do 1 million cellular phones, if you're going to manufacture 1 million cellular phone, or if you're going to manufacture for a batch of 1 million cars or 1 million screws, all the screws will not be accepted. You'll be taking a sample, and since your process approach is going to have 1 sigma. So 1 sigma can be accepted because this is all the range is very close to the true value. Other range outside the ranges will not be considered. That will be, you have to do the rework. So that's the reason what the people said, why we need to produce more non-defective one. So they are able to come with the 2 sigma. The 2 sigma is nothing but it's 2 times deviated from the mean value. So what are the things which is going to spill over here will be accepted, right? This is your mean value, and this is going to be your 1 sigma. This is going to be 1 sigma mirror image, and this is going to be 2 sigma. This is going to be -2, right? -2 sigma, -1, right? So if your process is going to set with the 2 standard deviation or 2 sigma, so the accuracy will be nearly 94.54%. 6 point something will be accepted, will not be accepted. You have to do the rework. Most of the manufacturing industry will have 3 sigma, 3 standard deviations, right? 3 sigma. So you know very well that you're going to manufacture 1 million products. So that will brought here, the sample is brought here, and most of the product will be accepted, and some will be coming outside, which is not accepted. You have to do the rework, right? And still the Motorola, they want to reduce the defect level, so they made something called a 6 sigma. It's a 4, it's 6, 5, it's 6. So it can accept many things within the range. And if you're going to have the 6 sigma in your process control, the 6 sigma will be having accuracy of 99.99999%. So 1 million cellular phone, you're able to produce a 3.4 cellular phone will be defective. They call this one as a DPMO, defective per million opportunities. So you're able to produce 3.4, that will be having a defect that you need to fix. The remaining other thing will be accepted. If a process will be having 6 sigma. Is it clear or not, guys? Everyone?
Clear, Bala.
Clear, everyone? Arvind, Mr. Arun Joel, Mr. Ben, Mr. Rajesh?
Yeah.
Clear, right?
Yeah, clear.
Clear. So
Yes.
in the production industries, in the operational industry, the standard deviation is called as the sigma. And in the project management, we are going to call this one as a range. In the statistics, they're going to call this one as a standard deviations, right? And make an highlight. Our training is based on a predictive approach, and we have adaptive approach, adaptive. So how many life cycle will be in the adaptive life cycle? Adaptive projects, how many life cycle? Predictive will be having only 1 life cycle. We call this one as a plan driven, right? Plan driven. What is adaptive life cycle? How many life cycle we have? Guys, everyone has gone to the 4. What are they? Please.
Iterative, incremental,
Iterative.
agile, hybrid.
Incremental. Then we have the combo of iterative and incremental. We call this an agile or change driven. And 4th one, fusing the predictive and adaptive, will be called as a hybrid. Right? Hybrid. So since what all the estimation method we have seen right now is only applicable for the predictive methodology projects. Note this one. The IT projects or adaptive project will not touch any kind of estimation method which we studied right now. Is it clear or not? What happened to you people? Everyone has gone to the sleeping mode or what? 1 hour, please.
Oh, no.
No. So
Come again?
please, what all the method right now we have learned right now, it's only applicable for the heavyweight projects, the predictive approach project, the plan driven projects, the waterfall method project or serial method project. It's not at all applicable to adaptive projects. Is it clear or not? Clear, right?
Clear,
Now,
clear.
what kind of estimation they're going to follow in the adaptive method? They will not call the word estimation. Please note down. They will be calling something called story points. They will not use the word called estimation. Instead of estimation, the adaptive methodology will be asking number of story points need for you to complete a feature. How many story points is costing us for completing a feature? How many story points need for us to complete the entire iterations? So they will call this one as a story points. So how the story points? So what they do, they have a product. For example, for us to understand, this is a product, and this particular product will be having thousands of features. And each and every features are the subset of your product line, right? It's going to be a subset of your product line, and they have to develop the features. So who's going to keep the features? Who's going to describe the features? Guys, please come to me, please. Only I think Ms. Kala is the IT background person. Other people are having the heavyweight approach. Your examination is going to target nearly 90 to 100 questions on the adaptive methodology. Please, this is the new information you're going to learn. So who's going to just keep that document? Who's going to hold the document?
Product owner.
Please note the complete feature set will be maintained by the product owner. Product owner. And what kind of document will be used to maintain that features? What is the name of the document? This 1000 feature has to go into the product line. So the 1000 feature is broken down. You're breaking the product and you're bringing into the features. Now you brought 1000 features. So once you're bringing the 1000 features, the product is finished and you're going to call the customer for doing the product review and demo. And once the customer is going to accept it, he's going to make a signatory in an acceptance criteria and is going to release the product to the market. So now this will be having 1000 features. So where it will be documented? What is the name of the document which will be having all the 1000 features? Any idea? At least I try. My voice is louder, right?
Storybook.
Yes, Bala.
Okay, please note down the document which is going to maintain the complete feature set maintained by the product owner is called as a product backlog. It's a product backlog. So the size of the team to develop the entire features will be each and every team size will be not less than 7 headcounts and not exceeding more than 9 people. For example, we need to develop this product and this is how the feature has to go into the product and what will be the function for each and every feature. So we have a team and we have total 10 teams. And each and every team size will be not less than 7, not more than 9 people. So what is the total team is going to develop the product? What is the size of the team?
70 to 90.
70 to 90.
The total team members are not less than 70, not exceeding 90 people, right? If the product is so complex, this is a standard format, sir. This is a standard format in IT industries. 7 to 9 will be the people team size. If the product is so complex and so riskier in nature, they want to complete and release the market to meet the market competition. The team size will be not less than 9 people, not exceeding more than 11 headcounts. So the total team, for example, for us to understand 10 teams are there. So what is the total time team numbers? What is the total headcounts? Not less than 90 and not exceeding more than 110 people, right?
Yes.
9 to 11, yeah, multiply by 10, 90 to 110.
Yeah. So 90 to 110 will be the team size, right? Now, the product owner, there are three designation. Only 3 designations given. The first designation is called as a Scrum Master. Please note down. Scrum Master. The adaptive methods, they will be using many methodology. One of the methodology will be the Scrum methodology. Nearly 75 to 80%, the IT people will be going with the Scrum environment. So they're going to call the person called Scrum Master. Now, what is the role of project manager in this adaptive project? If you want to enter into an IT industry with your PMP certification, they will not make you as a PMP, the project manager. They will call you as a Scrum Master. Is it clear or not, guys?
Yes.
Or some industry, adaptive nature industry, doing the adaptive projects, they will call the same Scrum Master as a team leader. Team leader. We call this one as a TL. Or some industry, they will call with other name called Agile Coach. So you can become a project manager. You will be called with a different name. You will be called as an Agile Coach, or you'll be called as a team leader, or you'll be called as a Scrum Master. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes,
the second role is product owner. product owner. Will be the owner of the product. You want, you are an owner, you will do the investment, you're going to approach the service provider, and you're going to give the complete requirements, features, and specifications. Based on that, they're going to develop the product. So, but the features has to come from your side. What all the features you are willing to bring into the product. So you are the product owner, and the owner will be the product owner. If the owner is going to do the investments, the owner doesn't involve in the projects. What the owner will do, he will come to the agile coach or the management. He will ask to nominate a proxy in behalf of the product owner. Is it clear or not, guys? Is it clear?
Yes, he will assign somebody.
So your own team member will be acting as a proxy in behalf of the product owner. So the product owner can be customer proxy. Or we will be calling them the product owner as a customer. So this is the second designations. The product owner, or we'll be calling that person as a product manager, or the person will be called as a customer proxy. Since the product owner can't involve in the project, he has to fly here and there. He can do only the cash investments, and he'll be supporting your project, but he has to nominate this person. So either he'll be sending one of the person from his own company, or he'll be coming to your people, you are the service provider, and he'll be asking the team leader or the management to just make a person as his proxy. So this is the second designation. The third designation is developers. The third designation is the developers. Developers. Or simply, we're going to call these people as a team. Or we call this one as a project team. So only this designation will be there in the adaptive environment. They will not have any kind of designation like you have mechanical engineer, civil engineer, electrical engineer, principal engineers, residential engineers, quantity surveyor, commercial managers, contract manager, contract administrator. They don't have any kind of designation. Since you people are having the subject matter experts, you can't able to substitute your expertise in other field. So you are an electrical engineer. If I'm asking you to substitute anything in the IT, you're not able to do that. And you are a civil engineer. If I'm asking you to substitute your skills into the mechanical area, you are not able to do that. You are a subject matter experts. You have a core skills. But all the team who's going to work in the adaptive environment will be cross-functional in nature. Cross-functional. So the team can do all the work. They can write the code, they can write the program, they can just come with the level of efforts. They can know what tasks they need to perform. They can be a quality assurance. They can be a quality control. They can be a quality inspectors. So each and every person can have this kind of qualification. So these people are cross-functional in nature. So only these three designations. Now what happened here? You are working in the different environment, a predictive environment. Your skills are considered as a I-shaped skills. I-shaped skills. So your skills can be only from the top to down. Is it clear, guys? So you have a length of skills. You can't able to substitute your skill to the other areas. But the people who's working in the adaptive environment, they're cross-functional in nature. They have a T-shaped skills. T-shaped. So they have the length of skills. They have the breadth of skills. They're able to substitute their skills in other areas. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, boss.
Right?
Yes.
Now, what happened here, if you're going to become a project manager in the predictive environment, which will be a heavyweight project, your leadership style will be autocratic. But in the case of, if you want to move from this industry, you can work as a project manager into the IT industry, but you will be called as a team leader, or you'll be called as a team coach or agile coach, or you'll be called as a scrum master. What you need to do, you can't be an autocratic there. You should be a servant leader. Right? Is it clear or not, guys? Is it clear?
Yes, Baba.
Everyone, the other one.
Considered as adaptive, huh?
Adaptive. What? Adaptive.
Yeah, okay.
In adaptive, you should be a servant leader. Literally, you need to be a maid servant to your team members. You should not show your autocratic leadership styles. Literally, you should be a servant leader. Your organizational objective will be the secondary nature. The individual objective will be the primary nature for you. You need to make sure that the people has to achieve their objectives. You should be a good supporter for them to achieve the objectives. You should be a person, you need to coach properly. You need to do a mentoring role and you need to give a proper guidelines. You need to help your team to reach to a certain level. You are a servant leader, right? So now, coming to our case, we have 1,000 features, and this 1,000 features is documented in a document called product backlog. Product backlog. And who's the custodian? The product manager or the product owner or the customer proxy will be the owner for this product backlog. So now what happened here? Will the product owner will take the 1,000 feature at the same time to and give to the team to develop? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Whether the product owner is going to give the complete 1,000 features to the people to develop, we have
No.
10 teams, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No, he will not. So he will
No.
do what? He will just give the priority for each and every features. Okay, in the first iteration, I will select 100 features. So if he's going to select the 100 features in the product backlog, how many features will be maintained? How many features left over in the product backlog?
900.
900, right? 900 will be there, right? So this 100 features will be selected by the product owner and he will be given to each and every team. 10 features will be assigned to each and every team members. Sorry, team, 10 features. So what happened here? They will be deciding, okay, each and every team will come and take 10 features. So this, all the 100 features within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, you need to complete. You need to bring into the product line. Then I will just go for the priority. I will do the prioritization for the next iteration. The first iteration will be for 2 weeks. So you need to work for 10 days. Considering the Fridays and Saturdays are the Fridays and Saturdays are Saturdays and Sundays is holiday. So the people has to work 10 days for 2 weeks to complete all the 100 features. They need to bring 100 features. So each and every team has to develop 10 features. So the team knows very well where the areas of expertise. So they will be collecting their own 10 features. This is our 10 features we can develop. So other team will come, okay, these are our 10 features we already developed, we have experience. Give the 10 features for us. So each and every team will be taking 10 features. And one iteration will be for 2 weeks. So now, if the team is going to take 10 features, they need to define into the document, right? What 10 features they are going to perform, right? Right, guys?
Yes.
So they will maintain a ledger. They will maintain a ledger or they'll be maintaining a document. This particular document is called as a sprint backlog. So one is product backlog, the other one is a sprint backlog. The product backlog will be maintained by the product owner and the sprint backlog will be maintained by the team members. Now, once the product owner is going to select his features and given to the developers to develop that features, once during the development stage, even the product owner doesn't have the rights to stop or change or modify his features. So until the particular feature is developed and brought into the product review sections, until it's developed and the customer is called to do the demo or review on that particular features, until that period, the product owner has to wait. You should not stop their development. In between, there should not be any kind of disturbance or hindrance to the person who's going to develop the features. 2 weeks, he has to wait. Once he's going to select his features, given to the team, he can't make any changes. Once it is entered into the sprint backlog, the product owner doesn't have the rights to stop the people. Even though he wants to make any changes, he has to wait for 2 weeks until all the feature is completed and he is called for the product review or demo. Then only he has to give then only he can give his comments, whether to accept it, whether to modify it, whether to change it. Is it clear or not, guys? Is it clear?
This is clear.
Clear. Now, what happened here? you have the 1,000 features here, and the product owner is going to select his features in the first iteration. What should be the first 100 feature has to go into the product. So he's going to give the clear priority for his features, and he's going to select that prioritized features. Each and every feature will be getting its priority based on, take this information based on highest business value. Highest business value and highest business risk. The product owner has to select his features in each and every iterations. In this iteration, what should be the highest, which feature will be providing me the highest business value? In this iteration, which will be the highest business related risk? So that features will be selected by the product owner, that will be given to each and every teams. So the highest business value and highest business risk is called as MVP. Write this one. MVP, a minimally viable product. A minimally viable product. So each and every features will be selected by the product owner based on MVP. MVP is nothing but that particular feature will be selected in this current iteration based on the highest business risk and highest business value. Is it clear, everyone? Or I need to repeat? Please come forward. Over to the team, please.
It's clear.
Yuvraj sir is given. Nitin is clear, right?
Clear.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
it's clear, bro.
So the product
Clear,
line,
clear.
the product line is getting continuous value. There is a value driven into the product line continuously. You are able to give the value to the customer in the predictive methodology at the end of the project, but during the project time, during the project tenure, you are able to produce the continuous value. You are able to give the minimal function for each and every features, right? So there is a continuous value, is the continuous value is getting, you are able to deliver the value continuously to the product line, right? Now, if the product owner or the customer proxy is new to the business, he doesn't know to do the prioritization. So who will be the person who will help the product owner? Who will be the person to make him to know what will be the business highest business value and highest business risk? Who will be the person who will teach him?
Scrum Master.
Scrum Master.
Scrum Master, right? Your Scrum Master and Agile coach will help the product owner how to do the prioritization and what basis you need to select the highest business value and highest business risk, and which will be providing you the minimum viable product, which will be a MVP features. So the Scrum Master, Agile coach, or the product owner will help the team leader will be helping the product owners, right? Right or not, guys?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
okay, yes. Now, the product owner will be taught by the team leader or the Scrum Master how to do the prioritization, how to know about their MVP in selecting the features and giving the priority. They will use the two kind of techniques. The first technique is called as the Kano model. Kano model. The Kano model is going to focus about this iteration. What is the must have? The product should have must have capability. Must have capability. At this stage, what the product should have, which feature has to go into that particular product. So that should have must have capability. So Kano model is going to focus on that. Otherwise, they'll be using other technique called Moscow analysis. Moscow analysis. Moscow. Kano model is must have capability. At this stage, what the product should have. So it should have the must have capability. That feature has to be selected. You'll be teaching what all the features will be having the capability to go into the product at this stage. So using the Kano model. Or otherwise, many of the team leader will just go with the Moscow analysis. M stands for must have capability. S stands for should have capability. C stands for could have capability. W stands for would have capability. Must have, The product should have, the product could have, the product would have. Is it clear or not, guys? So these are well-known two prioritization methods. Once the examination point of view, they're going to ask the questions on Karnaugh model or Moscow analysis. Is going to give the priority. It's going to teach the product owner how to do the prioritization, how to select his features, how to know about MVP for his features. So the team leader or the Scrum Master will teach using the Karnaugh model or Moscow analysis. Is it clear, guys? Clear, right?
Yeah.
Say yes or no.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
clear.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, once the team is going to take that features, for our understanding, we know very well one team is going to take 10 features. So one team is going to take 10 features. We know the team size will be 7 to 9, or it will be 9 to 10 if the 11, if the team size, the product is so complex. In this 7 to 9, one person will be the Scrum Master or the Agile coach or the team leader. One person will be the product owner. The other 5 will be what? The team, right? Here, one will be the Scrum Master, one will be the team or product owner, the remaining will be the team members. If it is 9 to 11 people, if it's 7 to 9, you're gonna know very well. Each and every team should have its own Scrum Master. Each and every team should have its own product owners. Is it clear, guys? Clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, once the team is going to receive that features, next 2 weeks they need to complete that features. So what they do, the team will have a meeting. The team will be having a meeting. What role you're going to take, what role I'm going to take, and what role the other people will take. They will be they are self-organized people, self-manageable people, cross-functional in nature. So what they will do, they will work out for level of effort. Level of effort. So level of effort will make them to know the number of story points. Number of story points needed to complete each and every features. What screen you are able to see?
PPT now.
Presentation. Yeah.
Okay, level of effort is came.
Yeah,
Okay.
white screen.
Now the level of effort, the number of story points needed for them to complete. So what they do, they're going to, so we got 10 features. For example, we need to bring the 10 features within 2 weeks. Okay. So feature number 1, how many tasks we need to perform? I think that we need to perform 4 tasks. Task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4. So 4 tasks you're going to perform to complete 1 feature out of 10. 1 feature will need 4 tasks. The second feature will need like 4 or 5 tasks, 6 tasks. So the task 1 will need how many story points? How much hours it will need? 3 hours. Task 2, 4 hours. Task 3, 1 hour. Task 4, 7 hours. So they are able to know about the time. How much time is needed for them to complete each and every task. Once they are able to complete all the tasks, they are able to complete 1 feature out of 10. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Is it
Yes,
clear?
Yes.
Now, for them to know the time for each and every task, they need to calculate the story points. How they are able to calculate the story points? Arvind?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your t-shirt
Yes, sir.
size? What is your t-shirt size?
Medium.
Size. So medium. Okay. Mr. Arun Joel, what is your t-shirt size, sir? Arman, what is your t-shirt size?
Large.
Okay, large. My thing is extra large. Someone will have XL. Someone will be having a small, right? Someone will be having a triple XL. So please note that one of the technique will be used in the IT industries, especially in the adaptive methods, for them to estimate the story points in completing each and every task. They will be using the t-shirt size. T-shirt size will be used for them to do the story points. So they have a standard numbers. If it is going to be a small, it will be like a 3 hours. If it is going to be medium, it can be 5 hours. It is a large, it will be 7 hours. extra, the double Excel, it can be like what? It can be 15 hours, it can be 12 hours, it can be 20 hours. So they have the standard time in knowing about the t-shirt size. Is it clear, everyone? So this is the way they do the estimation part. They will not call the estimation, they will be calling this one as a story points. I'm clear or not?
It's clear.
Clear. Otherwise, they will use something called a deck of the playing cards. They will take the playing cards, and the technique is called as a planning poker. So the people will stand around the table. Each and every one will be having the playing cards, and they will ask how long this particular task will take. So someone will be taking the card from the hand, and they're going to throw on the table. They will be taking 5, they'll be taking 6, they'll be taking number 7, they'll be taking 10, they'll be taking 11. So they use the card for them to do the story points. Is it clear or not, guys? Is it clear? They will not come to your predictive methodology in doing that estimation, bottom up, 3-point estimation, beta distribution. They will not touch that kind of things. They have an entirely
Planning poker, sir. Can you explain planning poker how it is? The cards.
They will, you know, the card, no, playing cards, sir, Vinod sir.
Yes.
They will,
Yes, yes, sir.
each and every people will be having the cards, and they will have a meeting. Okay, the first feature needs 4 tasks, right? How long it will take for you to complete first task? So someone will be taking the card within the team who is going to take, like, you can take 5 clever, right? Or you can take some 5, number 5, and you can place on the table. Is it clear, sir?
Okay.
Someone will take 8. That means
Yes.
you'll be taking 8 hours. That task will take 8 hours. Okay, how long it will, this task will take? Someone will take 9 and will be placing on the table. So the time will be noted down. Is it clear?
Fine.
Yeah.
So they will use the planning poker, or they'll be using the t-shirt size for them to estimate the story points.
Bala, one question.
Yes, ma'am.
So already the owner will decide the sprint, right? 2-week sprint or 3-week, 3 to
Yeah,
4
within the
weeks,
2
right?
weeks, within the 2
So
weeks.
within the,
No.
yeah, the
They
yes,
see, once the things are selected, once they are going to break that particular features into with the story points, right? Sorry, the features will be broken down, right? The complete features is broken
Yes.
down, right? Right or not?
Yes, Bala.
So what happened
Yes.
here? Once the features are selected, they'll have a meeting called iteration planning meeting. In this planning meeting only, the product owners and the team will sit and they will decide all this. Is it clear, ma'am?
Yes, Bala.
In this
Clear.
meeting only, the iteration planning meeting only, how many features they will take and how long it will take them for them to complete. They will be using this kind of technique for them to know about the story points, number of story points needed for them to complete the feature sets. Is it clear, Ms. Kala, ma'am?
Clear, Bala.
Okay. Now, sometimes I doesn't able to know about how to express it technically. Along with the planning poker, using the deck of planning playing cards, they will use a financial technique called a Fibonacci sequence. Anyone knows about the Fibonacci sequence?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll start adding a some of the previous numbers. We'll get the next
The
number.
first
Zero.
the first two number will be giving you the third number. 0 plus 1, it should be 1, right? Now the third number now becomes the second number. It should be added to the former number. So 1 plus 1 is added, you will be getting 2. Now 2 becomes the second number. So 2 will be added to the former number, you will be getting what? 1 plus 3, 1 plus 2, you will get 3. Then the 3 becomes the second number, it should be added to the former number. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 8, 5 plus 8. 8. Now 8 becomes the second number, it should be added to 5, 13. So the Fibonacci sequence also will be used along with the planning poker. So don't try to judge a wrong answer. They will try to divert you. There is an IT project, it's a completely agile project, and this particular project you've done in past, same kind of project you and your team is going to do right now. So what kind of estimation you will be using for you to do this project? Analogous, parametric, 3-point, planning poker. What is your answer?
For what is that
Planning
again?
poker.
You are doing it, you are into a petroleum industry, and this particular project is asking you to come exclusively the agile methodology. So you're going to use the agile methodology. You're going to select the agile project lifecycle, and that is going to be the complete software projects, IT projects. You have done this project previously in past. So what estimation method you're going to use for this project? You will be using the analogous estimation methods, or you'll go with the parametric, or you go with the 3-point, or you do a planning poker.
Planning poker.
Planning poker.
Planning poker. Don't try to distract the word with a you've done previously in past. Is it clear or not? So the planning poker,
Clear.
Fibonacci sequence, or a t-shirt size, only these 3 methods will be used for them to estimate the story points.
Adaptive.
They are able to bring the timeline for each and every task they define to perform for each and every features. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, is it clear? Oh, we have to play something. So let me play. You are able to see a new screen. You're able to see a new screen in front of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So how many knowledge area we have in total?
5.
No, I'm asking you knowledge area.
10.
10 knowledge area. Can you see that a knowledge area which is starting from the integration management on your left-hand side? Integration,
Yes.
scope management, schedule management, cost management, quality management, resource management, communications, risk management, procurement, and stakeholder management, or we will be calling this one as a stakeholder engagements. Right, sir? Right, ma'am? So knowledge area is 10. Process group are 5 in numbers. We have 5 process group. We have initiation, we have planning, we have execution, we have monitoring and controlling, we have closing. And you can see, except the 4 process group, the monitoring and controlling is having 2 functions to do. You need to monitor and you need to control it. Make sure that you need to track the project performance, and anything is going away from the track is deviated. You need to make sure that you need to take a control measures. So monitoring and controlling is having 2 functions to do. Other things are having only 1 function to do. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Now we have 49 processes logically subdivided and kept between the process group and the knowledge area. We can see process numbers. There are 49 processes. All the processes, process group, and the knowledge area is common for the adaptive methods and the predictive methods. Before the previous exam, the old pattern, before 2021 exam, everything is process oriented. So you need to have a strong knowledge in understanding the process. So you need to have a depth knowledge on process. What should be the inputs you have to place for each and every process, and what will be the tools and techniques will be added for you to get your outputs. So you need to have the thorough understanding on your process. But right now, the exam pattern is having a mixed up adaptive methods and predictive method. You need to have a common and basic understanding about the process. So we will not go in depth about the process, right? But this process and the process group and the knowledge area is so common in the both areas. You can't skip. You need to know about the complete things. So how many knowledge area we have?
10.
10. So why you can see that integration management here is starting number 4. Can you see the integration management starting here number 4 point? Scope management is 5, right? Because the first 3 chapters in the PMBOK 6th edition, the first 3 chapter is going to be a basic and fundamental chapter. So we're going to call that one as a basic level of project management. And the last 13 chapter will be an advanced level project management. Advanced level project management. Since you know very well, all your predictive methodology questions will be coming from the 6th edition. And we need to know the process knowledge that will be helping you to understand Agile also. So the PMBOK 6th edition is inevitable. We can't avoid the 6th edition. Even though there is a 7th edition that will not support you for your examination preparation, that will be used as a guideline document, as a standard reference document for you to operate your project. If your client is asking you to follow a standard and you're going to opt for a standard, that is a project management body of knowledge standard from US. So you know very well that it will be giving you the guidelines. It will be giving you the good practice. But for you to pass your examination and for you to know the project management for a long-term run, the 6th edition is more inevitable book. You can't avoid that book. Is it clear, guys? So it is having total 13 chapters. You are breaking that 13 chapter into 3 categories. Sorry, 2 categories. The first 3 chapter will be a basic, and the last 10 chapter from the chapter number 4 until chapter number 13 will be advanced level project management. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So our discussion
Yes, yes.
will be, the next class will be having the complete information about that basic informations. We need to know the common terminology. We need to speak into the common language. What the project professional will speak. Even though you are diversified, you have the different culture, you are coming from a different background. Once you are working for the same project, we need to speak into the common language. So we need to know about the common terminologies, right? So how many knowledge area we have in total? 10.
10.
10 knowledge areas, or we can call this one as 10 domain areas. And we have 5 process groups, grouping the process under the process group. And we have 49, one short for 50 individual processes. So each and every process group will be taking its own process, and each and every knowledge area will be taking its own process. So altogether, once you are counting from the left to right or from the top to down, it should be total 49 process. Right, sir? Right. Okay. So shall we play a game here now? Everyone is ready?
Yes. Yes.
So how many knowledge area we have in total?
10.
10, right?
10.
In the deep sleep also, I'm going to wake up you. You need to just show the complete 5 fingers on both the hand. You need to just come with the 5 fingers on the left hand, right hand. You have to say that it should be a 10 knowledge area, 10 domain area. If I'm going to ask you how many process group, you have to show 5 fingers. You have to close your left hand fingers, and you have to show the right hand fingers 5 knowledge area, 5 process group. And how many process we have? 49 process, right?
49.
Now my question to you guys, we have 10 knowledge area. Can we skip any knowledge area in our project? Can we skip the integration management?
No.
Integration integration management knowledge area or a domain area is a very important domain area for the project managers. Because you are an integrator, you are a coordinator, you are a conductor, you are conducting a musician show, you are conducting a show on music, you are conducting a music concert. People are following your directions. You need to show them a proper directions. If you're going to show the proper direction, the music concert will be a successful music concert. If you are not showing them a proper direction, what is the result? What is your expected result? If the coordinator or the integrator, the conductor, who will be the project manager or the scrum master, is not showing the proper directions, the music concert will be a successful music concert or a flopped music concert. Flop. So you should integrate many things. You need to integrate various interface. You need to integrate various communications, internal communication and external communication. So you should be a very good integrator. You need to bring every pieces into a cohesive whole, right? You need to unite everything. So integration. So you can't skip the integration. Can you skip the scope management in your project?
No.
Scope management.
No.
No. Can you skip your schedule management?
No.
Can you skip the cost management? Can you skip the quality management? One of your IT person in the IT projects, in the Agile project, is saying that, okay, what is the reason for us to do the quality management plan? We know very well that it will be we know very well the outcomes. We have done so much of times. It's mere wasting time in developing the quality management plan. So he's going to give you this kind of comments. Answer A, you're going to answer him. This is an exam question. They keep on repeating. Like cost management, like schedule management, the quality management plan also is a very important management plan. So this is the answer you're going to provide, or you're going to skip the quality management plan, taking the words of your team member, or you're going to confirm with the management that he's asking you to skip, and you're asking the customer to have the external testing person to test the product since the project is not having the quality management plan. So what is your answer? You're going to take his words, not developing the quality management plan, or you're going to advise him the quality management plan is important like other management plan, or you will be advising the customer to have the external testing people to test your product since the project is not having the quality management plan, or you'll just take the confirmation from the management whether to skip the quality management plan. So what is your answer? You're moved as a
Not skip.
product manager from the heavyweight industry to the lightweight industry as a team leader. So the team is suggesting you to skip the quality management plan. So what is your advice?
We cannot skip.
So the correct answer is that you have to make sure that the person has understand the validity of the quality management plan. Like you have the cost management plan, you have your time management plan. So the same importance you need to give to the quality management plan also. So you can't skip the quality management plan. Can you skip the resource management?
No.
Communications?
No.
Risk management?
No.
Procurement?
No.
Stakeholder engagements or management? No.
No.
Okay. Can you skip your process group here? Can you skip your process group here? Can you skip your initiating process group? Hello? My voice is audible or not, guys?
Yeah, Bala. we can
Okay,
hear
quick
you.
answer. I thought that I discussed.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay, can you skip your planning process group?
No.
Execution? No. Monitoring,
No.
including? No.
No.
Closing?
No.
We can do it, right?
No.
No, the project is not meeting the strategic objective of the organization. The sponsor is asking you to cancel or terminate your project in between. Already we have
Yeah.
wasted our money, our efforts, all the resources wasted. Right now, the financial department is giving you the indication that this project will not give any kind of investments, the return on investments. It will not bring any kind of return on investments. It is not going to return any kind of investments. So why you are wasting to run this closing process group? He's asking you to skip this process because this process group is having only one process to support. He's asking you to just close this. Don't do this. So what is the answer you're going to provide to your manager, the sponsor?
We have to formally close the project even though
How
it is.
to close it?
No, already you have wasted your money. Why you want to spend your time again and again and again? So he's asking you to skip this process group. He's asking you to skip the complete process which is happening in this process group. See here, this process group is supported with the 2 process. This process group is supported with the 24 processes. This is supported with the 10 process. This is supported with the 12 process. And this is supported with 1. So we're going to add, this will be 49. He's asking you to just completely omit the closing process group. Go to the other project, go to the other business. Stop this, scratch this. Redeploy the people.
No.
So, okay. So where are you going to write your final reports?
Closing
Yeah.
stage.
Close.
Where are
Close project.
you going to do your final audits?
Closing.
Where are you going to just make sure that all your lessons are registered or up to date?
Closing.
Right?
Close out.
Closing. So you need to make sure that why the project went for a success and why the project went for the failure. This kind of information where are you going to document? Closing. Tomorrow the same kind of project is going to repeat. And someone is going to ask you why the project is closed in past. If you don't have the records, supporting documents, can you explain in detail? So it's even though the project went for a successful completions or it went for an unsuccessful completion, even though the project went for a terminations, make sure that you need to understand, you need to make the sponsor to understand to run what is the importance in running this process. You can't skip this process group. You have to perform this process group. So the knowledge area, you can't skip your process group. Okay. Can we skip any process, individual process? We have 49 process to support. The client in the contract, he has brought a condition that you need to follow project management body of knowledge. So we are following the project management body of knowledge. The 6th edition is giving us the 49 process. So we have a discussion. Can we omit any process? Can we skip any process? We can't skip the knowledge area. So, okay, rightfully agreed. And we can't skip any process group, that also accepted. Can we skip any process? Can we skip the manage quality process or control quality process from the quality management? Hello?
No,
No, we can't.
no.
Okay, no. A very big no. So we can't skip the individual processes. So the same logic is applicable, what we done for our knowledge area and process group, we can't skip the individual process, right? Okay, how many processes is supporting the risk management in total? How many processes?
7.
Eh?
7.
7.
How many processes are there in the, how many processes supporting the planning process, sorry, the initiation process group?
One.
None. No process.
One.
No process, right? Initiation, no process. From the risk management, no process supporting the initiation.
Yes. No
So how many
process, yes.
processes supporting the planning process group? 5, right? Plan risk management, identify risk process, qualitative risk process, quantitative risk process, plan your responses. How many processes supporting the execution? 1. How many processes supporting the monitoring and controlling? 1. How many processes supporting the closing process group? None, right? Right or wrong, sir?
Yeah.
So altogether, we have 7 processes supporting the risk domain, and there is no process supporting the initiation and closing. There is 5 processes supporting the planning process group from the risk domain. 1 process from the risk domain is supporting the implementation, execution, and 1 process is supporting the monitoring and controlling functions from the risk domain. What do you mean by risk? What do you mean by risk?
An event which can affect your project.
May happen in our project.
Okay, may happen or may not happen. Please note it's an uncertain
Yes.
event.
Uncertain.
It's uncertain. The event is uncertain, or it's an unconditional situation. Or situation is unconditional or uncertain event may or may not happen. What happened if it is happening? What happens if that event is certainly happening?
Issue. It's an issue.
It will give the impact, right?
Yes.
So what kind of impact you can give? You can get a negative impact
First.
and you can give the positive impact, right? Please note on all your negative impact is called as a threats. Threats. All your positive impact will be called as your opportunities. Right? Right or not? So what are you going to do with the threats and what are you going to do with your opportunities? Hello?
Opportunity will be the new business for us, new project.
Okay, I'm asking
Threat.
what you're going to, as a typical project manager, as a seasoned project manager, what are you going to do with your threats and what are you going to do with your opportunities? Because since please note,
and increase the opportunities.
you are able to reduce the threats, right? And you're able to maximize your opportunity, right or wrong, sir? You are able to reduce your threats and you're able to maximize your opportunities. Please note the other name given by the project management body of knowledge in the latest book. The threats are called as a value destroyer. And the opportunities are called as a value enhancer. One is going to enhance your value and one is going to destroy your value. So what kind of statement are you going to get from the threats and what kind of statement you're able to develop from the opportunities?
Value enhancer will be opportunities.
Yeah, I'm asking what kind of statement you are able to develop. What kind of statement you're able to develop on the threats and what kind of statement you are able to develop on opportunities. Please note down, your threats are able to develop a statement called problem statement. And you are able to define a statement using all your opportunity will be a benefit statement. Is it clear or not, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So problem statement is based on the threats and benefit statement is based on the opportunity. So as a project manager, I need to make sure that I need to reduce the threats. I need to maximize my opportunities. That means I need to mitigate my threats. And I need to exploit my opportunities. So how to maximize your opportunities, how to minimize your threats, you need to make sure that your plan, you need to have a plans. So you're able to develop your risk management plan here. Plan risk management will be giving you the risk management plan. Plan procurement management will be giving you the procurement management plan. Plan stakeholder engagement will be giving you the stakeholder engagement plan or stakeholder management plan. Plan communication management will be giving you the communication management plan. All your management plans are the roadmaps. Is a travel itinerary. It's a roadmap, a clear roadmap. It's going to be a mother document for each and every domain area. So your risk management plan will be a mother document for the risk management domain. Your procurement management plan will be your mother document for your procurements. Your stakeholder engagement plan will be the mother document for the stakeholder management. So it will be giving you the clear guidance how to perform the risk identification, how to perform the qualitative risk, how to perform the quantitative risk, how to plan your responses, how to implement the responses, whether the implement responses are able to meet your expectations or you need to modify responses, you have to monitor. So what kind of tools and techniques, what kind of documents, what kind of templates, what will be the level of details you're going to bring into the templates, who take a leading role, who going to take the supporting role, and how frequent you're going to repeat the process, and who will be the subject matter experts will be supporting each and every process will be determined in the risk management plan. The same logic will be applicable for all your management plans. And what is the difference between your adaptive environment and the predictive environment? Adaptive environment will be having the management plans. All the management plans will be in the summary level. You don't get that much of detail. But all your management plans, which you're able to define in the predictive project, will be elaborated. Is it clear, guys? Is it clear?
Yes.
You guys are with me?
Yeah, well,
Okay, just 20 minutes. We'll finish the classes. I know very well that you have to go for your work for next day. So am I. So bear with me for 20 minutes, please. So once you are able to define the risk management plan for the entire project, you're able to know about you're able to define the proper guidelines, how to perform each and every process, what sequence you're going to perform each and every process, and what is the budget needed for each and every process, what resource you need for each and every process, and what task you're going to perform in each and every process, how you are able to schedule this task in the scheduling tool, all will be clearly defined in the risk management plan. So once you are able to define the risk management plan and got your approvals, you are able to perform the risk identification. And the other team will be helping you to perform the risk identifications. That means they are able to capture the complete risk which is going to impact your objective in futures. Risk will not be done in isolated fashion. We know very well risk is associated everywhere. All your objective will be impacted by the risk either positively or negatively. Your scope will be impacted positively and negatively. Your quality will be impacted negatively or positively. Your schedule will be impacted negatively or positively. So the logic will be applicable for all your objectives. So your team will be performing the risk identification. They're able to capture the risk into the document. So what risk will be impacting the future objectives will be captured by your people. So you'll be conducting various kind of brainstorming session with them, meeting with them, a risk-related workshop with them. You'll be conducting something you will be doing something called a facilitated workshops in performing the risk identifications. So once you perform the risk identification, you will do the qualitative risk analysis and you will be doing the quantitative risk analysis. Before planning the responses, what response I need, how I need to respond to each and every risk events. After performing the risk identification, directly or not advised to go to plan your responses. You have to perform your qualitative risk and you have to perform the quantitative risk analysis. What is the output you are able to get from this assessments? Then only you are able to plan a very good responses. Is that clear or not, guys? Am I clear?
Yes.
Now, It's mandatory for you to run this 2 process, or we can skip any process. I'm asking you the question, 10 knowledge area, you said very clearly, you can't skip any knowledge area. The same logic you said for the process group, which is 5 in numbers. Now I'm coming to the individual process, which is logically subdivided and kept into the process group and the knowledge area. So I'm asking you the question, risk is supported with the 7 process. The project management risk domain is supported with the 7 important process. So the client is asking us to follow standard. So we are going with the project management body of knowledge standard. So this is given as 49 process. So we are having a meeting. Now I'm asking you the question, is it mandatory for us to run the 2 process, or we can skip any process? Can you justify in your project whether you and your team, risk management team or risk team, is performing the quantitative risk assessment process in your project? Anyone? Many people are working for oil and gas, and we have a risk management professional also attending these classes. Mr. Rajendra Panchbhai is RMP certified. So I just want to listen from him, or any other person like our Arman or our Nitin. Everyone is working in oil and gas field. So you are working in Abu Dhabi, and many people are working in Qatar. Can you justify that you are performing the quantitative risk assessment in your project, or you are going only with the qualitative risk assessment? Because we need to have the clear understanding on this. Without having the clear understanding, it is very difficult for us to go to the subject. We need to have a clear understanding on the blueprint of our examination, how the examination is broken into different domain areas. What is the percentage allotted for each and every domain area, where the questions were pulled out. So we were having the clear understanding. Then we have the clear understanding on the certification process. Now we need to have the clear understanding, what do you mean by predictive approach and what do you mean by adaptive approach? So we need to know about this process is a common process. Both processes are used in the adaptive methodology and the predictive methodology. Now my question to you guys, whether you are performing the quantitative risk assessment in your project, give me yes or no. Hello?
Yes, it should be.
Okay. So what is the difference between the qualitative risk assessment and the quantitative risk assessment? How are you able to differentiate it?
Quantity means the total risk, it will come in that,
Okay.
whatever the risk.
Qualitative means?
Qualitative means it should be qualified because it should be considered as a real risk.
Okay, now
And
qualified.
something
Okay,
is
see.
maybe we cannot do anything in that.
So in the risk identification, once you are able to identify the risk, you are able to capture the complete risk into a document called risk register, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So this risk register you're going to bring here to perform the qualitative and you have to perform the quantitative, right? So what
Yes.
you are saying, the qualitative will be omitting some risk and quantitative is going to take the complete risk. So that's what you're going to say, right? So what is the focus of qualitative risk analysis and what is the focus of the quantitative risk assessment process? Now we need to know whether we can skip any process. It's literally we are able to understand we can't skip any knowledge area. We need to go through the complete domain areas. As a project manager, we need to have the basic and we need to know that we need to have the common understanding about the domain areas which we are going to use in our project. Because these are the domain area is very specific for us to practice a very good project management methodology within our professions, where we are able to practice a good project management knowing about the domain areas. So we have 10 domain areas. And we need to make sure that where we need to group the individual process, we have 5 process group. Now we need to play the game for the process. We need to select whether for this project, whether the qualitative risk assessment, we can go with that. We can skip the quantitative or mandatory. We need to perform the quantitative also. Is there any chance for us to skip the quantitative or qualitative, or we need to perform the 2 process mandatory?
Both should be performed.
What should be performed? I'm asking you, what is the focus of your qualitative and what is the focus of the quantitative? Each, it should have its own it should have its own specific focus, right?
It should be.
No, if the risks are minor, then we can avoid quantitative.
Okay, the project is
Like
so
if,
complex.
for small projects,
Okay, the project is so complex in nature.
then we need to do
Okay,
both.
or you are using your, or you're asking your risk department to use the quantitative, or you're specifying the people to use the quantitative process. You're able to quantify your risk. What kind of tools and techniques is used for you to quantify your risk? What is the focus of quantification? And what is the focus of qualifications? Guys,
All the risk will come in that qualification, and but some in quantification, it will maybe some risk will be removed from the because
removed.
someone
How
will
you
come.
are
Some
able to
risk.
remove the risk?
No, not remove means there won't be any action required for that.
See, if
Yes.
you are not managing the risk in your project properly, your risk profile of the project will not be more better. Right? You will not able to move your project towards the profitability zone if you're not able to manage your risk properly. Whether it's a positive risk or negative risk, you have to keep your risk profile as a better profile, right or wrong?
Yes.
So you can't
Yes,
only
both should be there.
please, I'll give you the understanding. Okay. Now, what you're going to do in the qualitative, you are able to do the qualitative by giving the rank to the risk events. You are ranking your risk, or you're able to give the priority to your risk. So why we need to rank your risk? For example, your risk register is having 1,000 risk. You are able to deal with the risk at the same time. All the risk can be dealt with the same time.
No, it may be
No.
based on the priority or
Yes,
the
based
level
on
of the seriousness.
priority, level of the seriousness, what you say, the consequences, the severity, right? Based on that, based on the impact, you are able to rank the risk. So how you going to rank the risk? So you are able to rank which risk will be a high impacting risk,
Yeah.
which risk events are the moderate impacting risk, and which risk events are low impacting.
Low risk.
Okay, the management will ask, on what basis you are bringing certain risk event into high category? You are saying that this risk events will be impacting a near future. From today, the risk event will come within 2 months. So this risk events is going to take a high priority. The risk events which is going to impact me at the last year of my project, that will be taking a low priority, right or wrong? The project will run for 5 years. The risk will be impacting me at the 5th year beginning. Why I need to show my importance to the risk which is going to impact my 5th year? The risk which is near future, which is going to impact my objective within 2 months, that risk will be a high impacting risk. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Right or wrong? So
Yes.
you are able to give the proper rank, you're able to give the proper priority to the risk. So you can concentrate, you can give a clear focus. What risk in near future you need to focus, what risk in far future you need to focus. You are able to give the clear prioritization and able to give the clear ranking. So that's what you are able to do in the qualitative. In quantitative, what you're going to do, you're able to combine the complete risks. All the risk events are combined. All the positive risk events are combined. All the negative risk events will be combined. You are able to bring the combined effect. If all the negative risk events are combined and you are able to quantify it, your assessment will give you what is the total risk exposure negatively. How many days you in total you're going to lose and how much money you're going to spend extra. If you're going to combine the complete positive risk and you're able to come with a combined effect as your outcome and you're able to come with a positive risk exposure, how many days you can save and how much money you're going to save. Is it clear or not, guys?
Yeah, clear.
Is it clear? So most of the company or most of the project undertaking industries, whether they are able to do the complex project or groundbreaking deliverable project, they will not run the quantitative risk assessment process. Why? Because running this process is very tedious. This is so expensive process, time-consuming process. So most of the organization, you have an experience, you can just judge yourself whether my company is going to perform the quantitative, because the tools, the techniques which you're going to buy to perform this process is so expensive. And you need to wait for a long time for you to get your outputs. based on the assessment which you're going to do, which the assessment, the subject matter expert who's going to do the risk assessment, you need to wait for their outputs. So you need to wait for a long duration for you to plan your responses. Is it clear or not, guys?
Yeah, clear.
Until the contract is going to mention, you need to run the qualitative and quantitative, you need to perform the quantitative. Otherwise, you can skip the quantitative, you can go only with the qualitative. After you're done with the qualitative, you can plan your responses. But for the examination purpose, can we omit the quantitative?
No.
You need to have the clear knowledge of
Yes.
all the process, right? Because
Yes.
the tools and techniques which was used in the quantitative risk assessment, many people will not have the hands-on experience because most of the tool are statistical in nature. Because the quantitative risk assessment is able to do, you are able to do three kind of analysis. The first one, you will be doing your cost analysis. The second one, you will be doing your schedule risk analysis. And the third analysis is the integrated cost and schedule risk analysis. So three kind of analysis you are able to do, and you need to have the sophisticated full-blown software application for you to perform the process. One of the important tool which is used in the industry for you to perform the quantitative is nothing but Monte Carlo. So this is going to be a simulation software. It will be simulating your project multiple times, many times. It will be able to model your project 1,000 times. And based on the simulation, you're able to bring the outcomes. That outcomes will be giving you the percentage of chance for you to complete your project and given objectives. What is the chance for you to complete your project on given budget? What is your chance for you to complete your project on a given time scale? Whether you have 100% chance or less than 100% chance, you're able to know about your outcomes based on this Monte Carlo simulations. More about the Monte Carlo simulation, once we are coming to the quantitative risk assessment, we'll be seeing that one. How the tool will be helping you to perform various kind of outcomes. Is it clear or not, guys? But
Yeah,
in the case of the qualitative, you don't require to use any kind of software, a full-blown software. You don't require to spend so much of money. Only one thing is matter: experience. Experience for what? Your judges, your consultants, or the person who's working in the risk department, they need to do two kind of assessments. So they have to do the proper assessments. Without proper assessing the risk, properly assessing the risk events, you will not able to perform, you are not able to plan your responses well. And all your responses will be flopped. So the people has to have the good experience. Assessing each and every risk event, they will do two kind of assessment. One, they will be doing the probability of the risk assessment. The probability assessment, and they'll be doing the impact assessment. The probability will be likelihood, the chance of that risk even occurring, whether it's having 90% chance, 60% of chance. So the experience will tell what is the chance of that risk will occur. And the impact will be a positive impact or it will be a negative impact. Where it will be impacted? It will be impacted the scope, it will be impacted on the quality, it will be impacted on the time. So they need to do two kind of assessments. They have to do the probability assessment. They need to do the impact assessments. Two assessments should be done properly. Only the experienced people will be used to perform the qualitative risk assessments. Is it clear or not, guys?
Yeah, clear.
In the case of quantitative, you'll be using the experienced people, you'll be using the IT professionals, and you'll be using the statisticians. You'll be using the statistician for you to get your data. Is it clear, guys? So this quantitative will be so expensive in nature, so time-consuming process. You need to use your efforts, you need to use more resources, and the assessment also will take a lot of time for the people to plan the responses. So many organizations, 99.99% organizations, they will be omitting this process. Is it clear, guys? So omitting this process, please note on this kind of strategy is called as a tailor-made approach. One size will not fit for all. So there should be a tailor-made approach to project, because all the project will be not complex in nature. Many projects will be unique in characteristics. So you make sure that the tools, the techniques, the competencies, the skills Everything should be tailor-made. You can't apply the complete 49 processes. If the project is so complex in nature, until the client is going to mention in the contract clause that you need to perform all the 49, you need to perform all the 49. Otherwise, you and your team has to decide which process you can skip and which process you can't skip. So this kind of information you have to take before you just initiate your project. Is that clear or not, guys?
Clear.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay, just spend 5 minutes with me. The same thing will be applicable to procurement. The procurement is supported with the 3 processes. You have to plan your procurement, you have to conduct your procurement, you have to control your procurements. Can we skip any process in the procurements? Or we can go with a tailor-made approach. Or we can't skip any process. All the 3 processes are supportive and we can't skip any process. So you know very well the procurement management is not supporting the initiation process group. It's not supporting the closing process group. But it's supporting one process from the planning side, one process from the execution side, and one process from monitoring and controlling side. Can we skip any process here out of 3? Or we
No.
perform all the 3
No.
processes? No. Right?
No.
So what you're going to do, once you are planning the procurement, you're able to keep your procurement decision in the procurement management plan, right or wrong? What decision you're going to make? You're going to make a procurement decision, what to make, what to buy, and what to rent, and what to lease. Right or wrong, sir? Right or wrong? Hello?
Yeah, Balan.
So what to make, what to buy, what to rent, and what to lease. Rent is a short-term agreement and lease will be a long-term agreement. So you are able to keep your procurement decision in the procurement management plan. So if you want to make, if you want to buy, if you want to rent, if you want to lease, you need to form an agreement. Agreement can be a legal agreement or it can be a formal agreement. Legal agreement, you need to know the contract types you need to use. Formal agreement, you can go with your LPOs, you can go with your letter of intent, you can go with the letter of acceptance, you can go with the service letter agreements. So you can go with that, right? Right or wrong, sir?
Yes.
Okay. You can make yourself. On what basis? So what you do, if you're going to keep your procurement decision, we need to bring your contractor inside because we don't have the resources. We need to bring the contractor, or the contractor will do this kind of service. We don't have the knowledge in doing that particular service. So you need to conduct a procurement. The conduct of procurement is that you're going to get your proposal from your suppliers. You're going to evaluate that proposal and you're going to select which is the best proposal and you're going to decide who will be the person who will be awarded with the contract. Once the contract is awarded, they're going to start the service. You need to make sure that the procurements are controlled. Right, sir?
Yes.
Right? But you decided that not to buy from anyone, you can make yourself. That means you are not stepping outside your office. You have the complete resources. There is no need for you to bring any vendors inside. If you're going to keep your decision as a make decision, what is the necessary for you to conduct your procurements? There's no need for you to get your proposals. There's no need for you to run the bidder conference. Right or wrong, sir? Right or wrong?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now we play a game before we complete the classes. We can use a words which is starting with the letter C. Cake, car, and a campus. It's going to be a nation or global wide campus. It's going to be a groundbreaking or a state-of-art kind of project. So we need to have a training campus in providing the training for our people. Miss Kala,
Yes,
you're
Bala.
going to make a cake for us. It's a milestone,
Yeah.
milestone party, milestone event. So can you make a cake for us?
Yeah, definitely.
Can you buy a cake for us?
It can.
From the pastries you can buy, right?
Yeah.
Can you rent a cake?
No.
Can you lease a cake?
No.
No.
Okay. Can you make a car? No.
No.
Can you buy a car?
Yes. Rent a car.
Can you rent a car? Can you lease a car?
Yes.
Okay. Can we make a campus for our people for training purpose? Yes. We can
No.
build a camp. We can build a campus, right?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we buy a campus for the third party who's going to sell?
Yes.
Yes.
Can we rent a campus?
First, they will
Yes.
lease.
Can we lease a
Yes.
campus? So make sure that
Yes.
what to rent, what to lease, what to buy, what to make.
Sir,
So if you're going to make a decision, if you're going to keep a decision in the procurement management plan that you can make yourself, there is no need for you to conduct the procurement process. You can skip that process, but there should be an internal control in your procurements, right? Example, the accounting department within the same organization is approaching the IT department to bring an accounting payroll software. So you should have internal control, right? Right or not, sir?
Yes.
Right.
yes, yes.
So you make sure that you can skip your process. You can skip your process, but you can't skip your knowledge area. You can't skip your process group. But individual process, the skill set can be skipped from project to project. So because one size will not fit for all, make sure that you need to have a strategic approach called tailor-made approach. So the take-home message is that the process or a tailor-made approach, not your domain areas, not your process group, right? So thanks for attending the classes. Thanks for your wonderful cooperations. Any questions to be asked?
No questions, Bala.
Okay.
No more.
Okay. So I just spilled a bean. So there will be a lot of beans to be spilled in upcoming classes. So just we have an understanding for first 3 chapters. And once we have the common understanding, we'll go with the knowledge area wise for both the things. And there is something terms will be differing in both the environment, adaptive and predictive. And we'll have some questions to do. So at the end of the classes, like we can spend like 20-25 minutes for us to do the questions. So all the
So
questions
this
are
first
tested.
3 chapters are already started, or
Yeah, started, right? Started. And
but it will be there is no